Here. Welcome. Next edition of Philly Yongmudo, Temple Hapkido, stay-at-home workouts. We're on episode number 45. We've been doing this for almost 4 months now, and the experts are saying maybe we should lock down again. So I don't know how much longer we're going to do this. It might be forever. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll get a chance to work out together in person and get back in the dojo. But until then, we're going to keep trying these stay-at-home workouts. And remember, the goal is to try to learn something, but also just try to keep our skills going and have a good time, have a good workout. So today we're going to be working on kicks, primarily kicks from the ground. What you're going to need for today is pretty much just your water, your towel. Maybe if you've got some light mats or something you can put down, then that will be sufficient. I think other than that, we're just going to be doing body weight exercises and lots of kicks. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. And of course, if you're live and you have any questions, feel free to interrupt and ask. We always need to take more time for questions. And if you need me to come up and look at the little 2-inch picture of you, then I am happy to do that. Please ask me to do so. Otherwise, just assume that I am not watching you. Mindy may be watching you. She often is. But it's a little too hard for me to see for the screen from where I am. So hey, you can just kind of sit there and relax in this knowledge that you can just have fun and do it and enjoy it and not have to worry about me picking at you with little nits, nitpicking as they say. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with our jumping jacks. So get back, find yourself a little bit of space, and jumping jacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 10 more, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and stop. All right, quick little circuit of crunches, push-ups, and back arches. So, gonna start on your backs. We're gonna do some crunches first. You can do whatever sit-ups or leg lifts you want. You wanna make it easier, go ahead and do that. You wanna make it harder, double time me, go ahead and do that. Simple crunches. Shins up, point at the ceiling, hands behind my head. Careful not to jerk my head forward as I go. Just trying to tighten the abs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And back arches next, but we're going to do our bridges. So we're going to alternate going to the right and to the left. Keep your feet in a little bit close and tight up on the balls of your feet. We're going to thrust our hips up and then keep pushing someone off of us as we reach over. The idea is to get those glutes and quads and everything tight in there so we can get good back strength. So we're going to alternate right and left. Ready? 1. Nice and easy. 2. Squeezing it out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. On your fronts, push-up position, getting nice and high. Hands underneath your shoulders, or you can do something more adventurous if you wish. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good. All right, onto your backs. This time for the crunches, I'm going to do leg lifts. Obviously, your choice. Hands underneath my bum for the leg lifts provides a little bit extra back support. And ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. On your fronts, we're going to do back arches this time for real. Easy Supermans. Hands and feet are coming up together. I'm going to do 10 facing left and 10 facing right, just in case the direction I face is tweaking the exercise for me a bit. All right, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, switching sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, up to a push-up position. 10 more push-ups of your choice. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, good. All right, third set. Let's see, what am I going to do this time? I'm going to do the bicycle, guys. All right, so I'm basically just going to switch elbow to knee. So right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right knee, and left right is 1, okay? Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more, 15. Good. Let's do bridges one more time. I like bridges. Bridges are good. And sorry. Ready. We're going to do our bridges going right and left. Or you can go left and right. Your choice. If you want to do a bridge turnover and not just the bridge, that's cool. Just go faster. All right, ready. And going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, 20. Good. 10 push-ups. Quick on your front. I'm going to go a little narrow this time. And ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, good. All right, up to a stand. Let's get our stretch kicks in. Remember, the idea on this is stretching. So don't push it too hard. Don't push it too fast. Try to keep hands up for good form. Try to keep good posture for good form. And make sure you're rotating on your support leg. So the first one we're going to do is going to be straight up and down, and then step back. All right. Straight up and down stretch kicks. And 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch right foot forward, left leg stretch kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, left foot forward, this time out to in, stretch kick. Hands up, good posture, rotate on the support leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, right foot forward, left leg stretch kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, left foot forward, right leg in to out, stretch kick, open up, get a good stretch, hands up, good posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, right foot forward, left leg into out, stretch kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Good. All right, take a second, grab a quick drink of water. It is hot here in the Philadelphia area.
Put ice in your rabbit's water bowl because the AC is broken.
Oh, poor rabbits. Oh. Yep. No rabbit stew. No dead rabbit. That'd be bad.
At least not unintentionally.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's just, we're assuming that you don't want to do that. Okay.
Good assumption.
Let's go ahead and do our stretching next, because we're going to be doing kicks. So we'll get on our stretching first. That way we're making sure we're not going to be pulling something as we do our kicks. So we're going to start up at the top next. Nice big circles. Don't just let the head fall around. Give it a little bit of squeeze as you work your way around, remembering to breathe. Switch directions. Maybe inhale through your nose as you go back. Exhale out your mouth as you come forward. That helps prevent you from hyperventilating. Good. Looking to the right and left. Give a squeeze at the end. Hold it for that second. Right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Again, on this one, make sure that the shoulders are not rising up to help or meet the head. Good. A little down and up, so looking down at your heels, up at the ceiling, heels, ceiling, breathing. Good. Shoulders, big circles. Bring it forward, squeeze it back. Activating shoulder muscles, chest muscles, back muscles. Good. Whole arm, nice and easy. Little bit more reach. And down to the elbows and shoulders. And just the elbows. And just the wrists. Switching directions on the wrist. And wrist and elbows. Just elbows. Elbows and shoulder. A whole arm going backwards. Try to maximize that range of motion. So especially if you can see yourself in the mirror, you want those hands as much as possible to disappear behind you. It's not going to happen, but we want your arms to look as little as possible in the screen. And now just shoulders going backwards. If you were going the other direction, it's not a big deal. As long as you kind of got both directions, clockwise and counterclockwise, depending on which way you're facing and which hemisphere you're in. All right, good. Easy twists. On the back twist, make sure the legs are bent so that the muscles in your legs are strong so that they're protecting the knee and you're not easily twisting and torquing the knees. Good, down to the hips. And down to the knees. Starting shallow, working your way slowly deeper and deeper. Good, and pick up the right foot. Circles with the big toe, clockwise and counterclockwise, maybe 5 each. We're trying to strengthen ankles here. And I'm holding up this knee, trying to balance on the left foot so that I am strengthening the ankle and knee and hip on the other side. And switch, left foot up, circles clockwise and anti-clockwise. Good. Roll out those toes a couple times. Good. All right. Make your way to the front of your mat space, whatever it is. I always do it the other way, so I'm changing it up. Hands reaching up towards the ceiling. Forward fold. Hang down. Let the weight of your upper body do most of the stretch first. Breathe in, breathe out. Let the weight gently lengthen the backs of your legs. Good. Bend your knees, ragdoll back up. Reverse swan dive, hands come up, and swan dive back down. This time trying to keep your back a little bit more active. That way you're putting a little bit more pressure on the pelvis. And hands slide up the shins, elongating the back. And forward fold again, trying to keep that nice straight back position. I'd get your hands on something if you can. Don't just let the hands hang. If you can touch the ground, great. If you can grab your big toes, great. If you can grab behind your ankles, great. If you can just grab behind your knees, that's all right too. Try to keep your back muscles a little active and a little straighter, and use the hands to help put tension on the pelvis. You're stretching the hamstring. Good. Go ahead and put your hands down, walk your feet back so that you're in a high plank. And I'm just kind of shifting around here, kind of holding a plank, but kind of shifting the hips out left and right, up and down just a little bit. Good. Let's go to a low plank. Upward dog. Nice, easy upward dog. If this is bothering your elbows, your back is tight, feel free to do it from your forearms. Just try to relax the glutes, relax the back muscles into the stretch. Roll the toes under, drop back to downward dog. Remember, we're trying to push our heels towards the ground using the palms. So push off those arms, drop those shoulders down, lift that tailbone high, and try to get your heels toward just a little closer towards the ground. If they don't get there, that's okay. Remember, the point is to get a good stretch and just try to do a little better each time. Good. Come forward to a high plank again. Low plank, upward dog. Roll the toes under, downward dog. And walk it out a little bit, change the stretch. So I'm going to take my right foot off the ground, put all the pressure on the left foot. Feel the stretch shift. on the left leg, further out, maybe even all the way up to the hip. Switch it, walk it out, take your time on which sides you need more. If you need time on both sides, well, split it evenly as you can. Just get inside my head and you'll know exactly how many seconds we have. Divide that by 2, and you'll know how long to do on each side. Good. From here, staying in downward dog, lift up the right foot, go to three-legged dog, drop those shoulders a little further down. Good. Now take that right foot, let it dip over to the left side. You're bending the right knee, lifting that knee towards the ceiling, opening up those hips towards the ceiling, getting a good stretch in the lower back. Good. Bring that leg back to three-legged dog. Now bring that right foot all the way through between your hands. Come up. We're going to be in a side kick stretch. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Try to drop that left hip down. And turn to your right, crescent lunge. Try to reach both hands up if you can. If you can only do the left hand, which is because you're stretching the left hip, that's all right. If you can do the balance drill, great. Otherwise, at least we're opening up the hip a little bit more, opening up the abs, making the stretch easier to get. Gently put that knee down to the ground, still pushing the hip forward. And drop the left hand down to the ground. Right hand goes underneath and around the right leg, chest going down to the ground. Feeling the stretch in the right hamstring. Good. Untangle the hands. Drop the foot back. We're in a high plank, low plank, upward dog, downward dog. If you're like me and your plank and your downward dog are different lengths, that's fine. Just adjust on the downward dog. Left foot now comes up high. Three-legged dog. Drop that left foot to your right side, opening up that hip towards the ceiling on the left side. Left leg comes back to three-legged dog and then steps through between the hands, coming up. Side kick stretch on the other side. Right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Dropping that right hip towards the ground, feeling the inner thigh on that right leg, maybe a little bit of right hip, opening up. Turn to your left, crescent lunge. Drop that knee gently down to the ground, still pushing the hip forward. And right hand comes to the ground, left hand goes underneath and around the left leg, chest dropping to the ground. Feeling a stretch in the left hamstring. Good. Untangle those hands. Bring that left foot back. You're in a high plank. Let's go ahead and do low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. And from here, we're going to go to splits. I'm actually just going to take my right foot, step it all the way forward so that I can turn to face the camera. However you can get to these side splits is great. You want your feet parallel, maybe 3 shoulder widths apart, maybe more, maybe less, hanging down the middle. And gently lower yourself down to the ground, sitting down behind you. I will push myself a little bit forward. This also helps to open up the stretch a little bit more. Oh, got to get a little bit more on axis of the camera. There we go. And hands reaching out in front of you. Chest dropping towards the mat. Walk the hands over to the left foot. Take that right hand, sweep it up over your head, coming back down to the left foot, but now you're trying to look up towards the ceiling, getting a stretch in the left hamstring, but also in your right side. And sit up, reach those hands, walk them out towards the right foot. Take that left hand, sweep it up over your head, back down to the right foot, trying to look up at the ceiling while reaching that left hand towards the right foot. Stretching the right hamstring, stretching the left abdominals, obliques, breathing. And sit up. Let's go ahead and bring those feet in for a butterfly stretch. However you can do it, let's go ahead and push down on those knees, opening up those hips. If you can then reach your chest forward towards your toes, great. If you can't do both at the same time, that's all right. I'm going to switch now from focusing on the knees to focusing on the forward lean, forward fold. Good. All right, let's take the right foot. Pull it behind you, stretching out the quadriceps. And sit up, take that right foot, sweep it across and over that left knee. Hug the knee into your chest. Feeling the stretch in the corner of the right hip, corner of the right glutes. Trying to drop that right hip down to the ground. Back straight. And switch. Right leg comes down, left foot. Let's pull back, stretching out the quadriceps on the left side. Remember, keep the toes, heel, ankle, knee, and hip all in the same line so you're not putting torque on the knee by twisting. And sit up, take that left foot, swing it over that right knee. Hug that left knee into your chest, straighten your back, trying to drop your left hip down to the ground. Good. And let's go ahead and do a quick windshield wiper here. Straighten out the legs, shake them out a little bit. And go ahead and take 10 seconds to grab some water, and then we'll get going on our kick section. So that concludes our warm-up and our stretch, and then we'll get into our kicks. If you need to do an extra bit of stretching, take a few seconds right now to do that. We are going to start with some basic kicks first, so if you're not feeling totally warmed up, that's all right. All right. Let's go ahead and start working on this. We're going to start with our basic front kick, roundhouse kick, side kick, and then we're going to go down to the ground for the fun stuff for today. We got to get our basics in. You got to eat your vegetables. So we're going to start left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to do a nice, easy midsection front thrust kick. All right. Make sure you're getting that knee up high enough, thrusting out, and think about that foot position. We want to punch the opponent with the ball of the foot. All right. Left foot forward, right foot back. And 1, shoot, 2, shoot, 3, shoot, 4, shoot. Keep the hands up, good posture. 5, 6, shoot. 7, shoot. 8, shoot. Good. And switch. Right foot forward. Left leg. Front thrust kick. 1. Shoot. 2. Shoot. 3. Shoot. 4. Shoot. 5. Shoot. Think about what target you're kicking. 6. Shoot. 7. Shoot. 8. Shoot. Woosah, good. And switch. Left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to do rear leg side kick. We haven't done a lot of those lately, so let's make sure we're getting it. I'm trying to figure out what angle I want. Make sure as we're doing this, you get the chamber motion, the extension, retraction, and make sure that foot is generally moving in a straight piston-like action as it goes out and back. All right, left foot forward, right foot back, right leg, rear leg side kick. And 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2. Good. Switch. Right foot forward, left leg, rear leg side kick. And 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2. Good. And switch. Left foot forward, right foot back. Roundhouse kick. Midsection, maybe low. You're feeling warmed up, go high. Style of roundhouse kick is your choice. Just make sure we're getting a chamber and then a hip turnover and good extension through the target. All right, left foot forward, right foot back. And 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2. Switch. Right foot forward, left leg, rear leg roundhouse kick. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2. Good. All right, hips. Roll them out. Maybe hit your knees. Remember, as we're doing these basic kicks, we're not talking a lot about them. I'm not giving you a lot of details on technique, so pay attention to what you're doing. I know for me, one thing I need to think about is keeping my eyes on where I'm kicking. There's a tendency when I'm kicking in the air to just kind of do the roundhouse kick and then let my vision kind of wander as my body turns. And I've got to keep my focus forward, okay? Many of you, it's just going to be support leg stuff or hands up, whatever it is. Try to remember all those little details as you do it. Just because it's basics doesn't mean you get to tune out. Okay. All right. First one is going to be kind of a fun one. We are going to do a bunch of front kicks from the ground. We've done this basic sort of drill similar to this. The idea is on these front kicks that I am on my hands and elbows. This keeps me slightly up so that I've got less surface area. This has the whole flat of my back and hips. Now I'm up just kind of on the tops of my hips on the back side. And I've got my hands and can use my hands to move and help push me. And meanwhile, I can keep my feet between me and an opponent. And I'm thinking about kicking out mostly at about midsection level, hip level. Not because I think I'm necessarily going to get the groin, but this way it's high enough up that the person who's attacking me has a hard time just reaching over. When it starts going low, they start to see this whole flat area that they can kind of jump over, climb over. So I can go for the knees sometimes, but mostly I want to keep up about midsection level and occasional kicks down and then occasional kicks high, okay? So we've got these basic front kicks, and as you notice, maybe, I'm doing the heel strike front kick mostly, okay? I want to keep enough surface here and I want to hit hard with that heel. I don't want to have to think too much about the ball, the foot, and the toes getting, especially the toes getting hurt as I kind of stick out down here and hit. So I like to do a lot of heel strikes on this. Maybe when I go high, I'll go ball of the foot. All right? So questions so far on that basic position and on the basic kick. Basic heel strike front kick. All right, so I'll assume the answer is no. So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a whole drill. We're gonna start in plank, all right? I'm gonna start in a low plank. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step around, sit out to the side. So the same direction my head was facing, my eyes are now facing again. We're gonna go kick, kick, but we are gonna move in a circle. And then once I get all the way around the circle, I drop back to plank, okay? So we're gonna keep going in the same direction for a set of probably 5, and then we'll switch and go the other direction. So we're in a plank. One leg is gonna come forward, and I'm gonna sit out, kick, 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 follow this person around in a half circle, and then return to my plank position. Questions? All right, so you're gonna go to plank, you're gonna start in plank. When I say go, you're gonna sit out, get on your bum, feet up, hands ready to move, kicking out, and then start working your way in a circle, and then I'll tell you when to return to plank. Okay, questions? All right, in that case, everyone, get in your plank, hold your plank, and sit out, kicking out, hands up, rotate, 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 back to plank. That's 1. And 2, sit out, kick, 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 back to plank. That's 2. Sit out, kick, 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 back to plank. That's 3. Sit out, kick, 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 back to plank. That's 4. Sit out. Kick, 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 moving around in the circle, back to plank. That's 5. And go ahead and take a break. If you want, you can do military push-ups in there in the plank. You can also do a high plank push-up position. Your choice. Questions on this before we switch sides? All right, to make it easier, what I'm going to suggest is I'm going to switch the direction my head is facing. And this way I'm always spinning towards the camera, and I know which side to turn to, and I don't have to think too hard. You know, us dumb people, we don't want to think. All right, so back to your plank. And sit out. Kick, 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 kick. Back to plank. Always trying to face the camera. And 2. Sit out. Kick, 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 kick. Back to plank. That's 2. And 3. Sit out. Kick, 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 kick. Back to plank. That's 4. Sit out. 5. Kick, 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 kick. Yeah, and back to plank. Oh, what was that? That was 4. All right, one more then. Sit out. Oh, number 5. Kick, 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 kick. Back to plank. Oh. Good, and relax for a second. Go ahead, grab a quick drink of water if you need it. Questions on that kick or on that drill? All right, next one. Here's where we're going to get in some of our falling. So we are going to do a side fall. I'm on my right side because I fell on my right side. We're now going to do a left leg side kick. Hands come up, and now the right foot moves back, and we're up at base. Now, if you don't have good mats, that's all right. Just kind of lower yourself down. We don't have to get a good hard fall. Then the leg that is up, here let me do this 90 degrees. So we're facing the camera, right? I come out, do my side full, I'm in here. From here, I've got the foot slightly pulled across, okay? So my butt is back here, my knee is here, foot is here, and now we're gonna extend out, and we're gonna kind of make a triangle between hip, knee, and the ankle. Yes, it's a triangle, an isosceles triangle, how about that? So that the foot is gonna move actually across. Normally on a side kick, we're talking about a straight line, but since we don't have a lot of the muscles that go into it from the rest of our body, we're gonna bring it slightly back, and that way we can engage the glutes a lot more. So, one more time. We're up here, hands up, we're gonna do a side fall. We've got this foot right here, side kick, stand up to base. All right, we're gonna try a bunch on the left side and we'll switch to the right side. Any questions? None. Sometimes I wonder if I explain things as well as I think I do. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. So, falling on the right side, left leg kick. And 1. Back up to base. 2. Back up to base. 3. Back up to base. 4. 5. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. We're going to go left side, side fall. Right leg, side kick. Stand up to base. All right. Ready. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Good. All right, questions. We're going to do one more set of that, left and right. But I want to first pause and see if there's any questions.
I had a question after trying it a couple times.
Good.
So for the side kick itself, it feels natural to pull myself up off the ground a little bit and actually be thrusting kind of balanced on my knee and elbow, I guess. But it doesn't look like you're doing that. It looks like you're staying fairly on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what Will is asking from here is if as I do the side kick, if I'm coming up kind of like this.
Yeah.
And I would say the answer on this is no. I am actually going to try to, I'm going to stick out the right foot a little bit. And now I will come a little bit off the ground so I can slide a little bit into it. So I can push my body into it. But I'm mostly thinking about using the left leg that's kicking for force, okay? We don't need a huge amount of power down here. Remember, most of what our goal is maybe to take out a knee, probably just to try to keep them back a little bit. If they're leaning way far forward, then we're going to try to catch them in the face or head. But again, whether it's knee or head, we don't need a huge amount of power. So we're not trying like with a 2-step side kick to launch them into the street. We're trying to just maybe get a quick little bit of damage, hopefully knock them back just enough that then we can do something to get up, okay? So it's a get up goal. So we don't have to worry about too much power in here. We just want to create the space to come up. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
All right, cool. All right, let's go. Is there another question?
All right, I'll ask you. So I guess the first one you showed that you said it was not the one. That's from the 16th step, though, isn't it? So
that's a turning side kick where we're started standing up, okay? So on that one, I am trying to think of which way to turn. So on this one, let's see, I'm going to go, I feel like a moron. All right, so we're here. I'm turning here,
Okay.
and I'm starting, and now from here, I'm kind of already up. And I would say the target that I'm aiming for is midsection to maybe head on this.
Okay.
And so I would say that there are times where if I'm here on the ground, where maybe I could come up like this. I think of that as a little bit more of a power kick, and I want something a little faster in this case. So I won't say that it's wrong to come up. I'll say it's just a different application. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get in another 5 left and 5 right. So we're going to start by side falling on our right side, left leg kick. So left foot forward, right foot back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Let's switch sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Left side fall, right kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. Questions? All right. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? All right. This one is next drill is going to be staying on the ground, no falls, and we're going to do a little 3 kick combo and add in a spin. Okay. So, for now, what I'm going to say is that I'm going to start with a right leg. So I'm facing to the left. Here's my right leg. We're going to do a right leg roundhouse kick from the ground. Okay? To get this roundhouse kick, let me rotate in here. So I'm facing you. My left hip is going to drop to the ground. So I'm throwing my body to the left, and that's providing force for the roundhouse kick. But maybe I missed. Easy for them to duck past. Now it's going to be a side kick coming right back, okay? So we start off here, pretty square, open guard, trying to keep them away. Roundhouse kick, side kick. Then we're going to switch left foot front kick. This helps us turn our hips. And now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate in the same direction. So if I kick with the left foot, I'm moving to the right. And I'm going to keep moving to the right. And now the left leg is now going to do my roundhouse kick, side kick, right leg front kick, spin to my left, right leg roundhouse kick, right leg side kick, left leg front kick, spin to the right. Questions? All right, we're just going to have to give this a shot. We're going to get a lot of quick reps on a bunch of kicks. And the only real addition for right now is that roundhouse kick, okay? So make sure as you do the roundhouse kick, you're basically falling to create the power for it. So if I'm kicking with the left, that means the foot's moving to the right and I have to fall to the right. Then side kick, front kick, okay? All right, I'm actually going to start with a switch, so I'm always turning towards the camera. So I'm facing to the left, and I'm going to start with right leg roundhouse kick. Everyone ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, ready. Roundhouse kick, side kick, left leg front kick, spin to the right, left leg roundhouse kick, left leg side kick, front kick, spin, right leg roundhouse kick, right leg side kick, left leg front kick, spin to the right, roundhouse kick, side kick, front kick, spin, 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 roundhouse kick, side kick, front kick, pause. Questions? No questions. All right. If there are no questions, we got time for another set. I don't know how many are in this set. We're just going to do a bunch until I feel like you've got it. All right. I can't see what you're doing, so hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully this is good. Ready. I'm facing the left. I'm going to start off with the right leg, roundhouse kick, side kick. Ready, and roundhouse kick, side kick, front kick, spin, 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 roundhouse kick, side kick, front kick, and stop. Questions on that one? No? All right.
For the purposes of the front kicks there,
Yeah.
I imagine this is similar to front kicks standing, but from the ground, are you still, is your striking surface still the ball of your foot there?
On this one, yeah, I'm going higher. My assumption is kind of that if I turn, so if I'm facing away from you, this roundhouse kick is usually going to be high. I'm aiming for the face. I'm not really going to do a roundhouse kick low to the knee. This is really risky and asking for trouble. So I'm going for the head. I'm going for the head again, and now going for the head again. So in this case, I am definitely using ball of the foot, trying to get that extra reach. My hips are not rising very much off the ground, kind of punching into it. But yeah, ball of the foot. Okay, last one we're going to do, and this one's going to be review 2, so we can do it real quick. We're going to do our scoop kick. So we're going to start with a back fall. I'm going to then shift to the right. You guys hopefully remember this position. So here we are in our, I've got right leg down, left foot on the ground, left knee up, left hand up, right hand back here. I'm going to be kicking with this right foot, picking up the hips, hitting out, hitting with the bottom of the foot, probably maybe knife edge. It could be the arch of my foot, trying to pull the toes back to get a nice blade. And then I come up to my base. Now I'm going to turn and do a back fall and switch sides. So I've got right leg up, left leg kicking, scoop kick, come back up to base. Questions? Going from the front, 1, here, sitting up. My right foot is down, so I'm going to be kicking with that foot. Put it out, and now hopefully I get him to jump back 2 feet. Pull this foot back around, keeping my eyes on my opponent, coming up to a nice strong base. Questions? All right. I'm going to do this facing sideways. I don't know which is more helpful. I'll just try sideways. So we're going to try to do a set of 10, see if there's questions, get in a few more, and then we'll call it a day. All right, so ready. You can't do a hard back fall, that's all right. And 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Awesome. All right. Questions? Questions on that one? All right, no questions. Let's get in. Let's try to get in another set. I don't know if we'll get in a full 10, but let's get some in. I'll do these ones facing the camera. All right, back fold and then alternating sides. Scoop kick standing up to base. All right, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Awesome. All right. Questions on that kick? None. All right. I have to go pick up a kid from soccer practice, so I'm going to have to cut out. I would suggest that you take a couple minutes and do your own warm down stretch. Hopefully you've got the time. If you don't, then, just try to fit it in somewhere else later in your day. Hopefully it'll be good for you. So, thank you very much for joining us. Philly Yongmudo, Temple Hapkido, whatever you want to call us. Just keep checking in with us. In the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.